Hello viewers, welcome back to Map Adventures. As we 2016 question paper current electricity questions or solutions discuss. So we start with question number 1b. So a question number 1b to actually kill this question number 1b is not from current electricity. A question to actually AHSEC from electronics. Kintu jitu concept ase concept to ami from current electricity. Otherwise, amar baki question kita mili 7 marks hoy jay. So since question to a related concept or what discuss define the mobility of a charge carrier. Actually discuss define mobility of a charge carrier. It has already been discussed in question number in 2022's question paper. That question number 3b second option juntu asile hetu amar mobility upor asile. So that definition to dia ase. Okay, so in order to find this answer, please refer to our video on 2022's question paper and look for question number 3b in that video. Okay, so tate answer to ase ami eta next question le jao. Our next question is question number 2c. First option 2c question je ase 2c question to hol you are given a potentiometer, a rheostat, one key, a driving cell for potentiometer, one galvanometer plus 2 cells of unknown EMF, one two-way key and some connecting wires. Using all those given, draw a circuit diagram to find the ratio of EMF of 2 cells. So a question to actually amar textbook jitu diagram dia ase textbook dia direct answer dia ase amak 2 marks karone akol diagram to banabole koise tatke beshi kono description dibole dorkar nai. So etu moi already likhi disu. It is available as figure 3.28a on page number 122. All etu mo page number 122 screenshot ta rakhisu. This screenshot to potentiometer to information ase etu amar page number 122. Okay, so in this page amar duta diagram dekhibo. Okay, in page number 122 we have 2 diagrams on potentiometer. First diagram is for comparison of EMF. So amak a diagram to dise hol yat mo okman enlarged view or olop disu baro. And the second diagram is for the second arrangement is for calculating or determining the internal resistance. ठीक है तो आमी हेतु इटा नाजाऊ आमी ए डायग्राम तो चाइसु यात आमाक जिमान किटा कम्पोनेन्ट्स कोआ आसे एटा बैटरी आसे बैटरी आमी कानेक्ट करिसु दुटा सेल आसे ऑफ अननोन EMF E1 and E2 and this is the two-way key and a galvanometer आसे एतो आमार potentiometer. There is a plug key and a variable resistance or a rheostat. So all the components given in the question are present in this diagram aru amak okol iman khini bostu dorkar hoy gote circuit to complete koribole. ठीक আছে, next ami question number 2c second option to le jao. Question number 2c second option to hol battery of EMF 2 volt and internal resistance 1 ohm is used to send a current through a potentiometer wire of length 200 cm and a resistance 4 ohm. What length of the wire will be required to balance a cell of EMF 1.08 volt? Okay, so yat amak eta numerical hoy etu yat kintu amar jodi diagram eta banabo bisai banai lobo bisai tele banai lobo pare. There is no harm, it will be beneficial jodi kabar circuit diagram to kane kiba confusion hoy. Okay, all right, so mo diagram to enike banai lisu. Yat eta potentiometer ase. Potentiometer AB has a length of 200 cm which is equal to 0.2 meter. Okay, it is the length and it has a resistance of 4 ohm. Then we have the driving EMF or driving auxiliary power source equal to 2 volt and it has an internal resistance of 1 ohm. So hetu ami a 1 ohm to ami series of loisu. Okay, so this is the cell and then amak ki lage ami ei eta E1 boli lobo lagibo. Okay, so E1 boli molesu E1 is equal to 1.08 volt is the cell. Hol etu yak balance koribo lage 1.08 volt to balance koribo lage. So ami balancing length to uliabole agore ki korim voltage drop per unit length to ami agore uliai lobo lagibo. Voltage drop per unit length to uliar pisot ami balancing length to uliai dibo paru. Hol so voltage drop to uliabole karone amak first of all lagibo current to. Okay, so we need to first calculate the current flowing through this potentiometer wire. I equal to kiman hobo. So whenever we are dealing with internal resistance, then the external current is equal to E by R plus R, where capital R is the external resistance. In this case it is the resistance of the potentiometer wire and then small r is the internal resistance. Okay, so 4 plus 1 ahibo aru upor ase 2 by 4 plus 1, that is 2 by 5 ampere is the current. Okay, and then we need the voltage drop across the potentiometer wire. The voltage drop across the potentiometer wire moi AB boli disu. This is the voltage drop across the potentiometer wire. This is equal to simply V equal to IR. I is equal to 2 by 5 into R kiman ase? R is equal to 4 ohm. So it is 8 by 5 volt is the potential voltage drop across the potentiometer wire. Okay, so this is the total voltage drop across the potentiometer wire. Mu balancing length to ase amar balancing length to kiman hobo laibo hetu hoise tar karone potential drop per unit length to agare ulia lobo laibo. Okay, so first of all I calculate the potential drop per unit length. So hetu hol amar voltage drop per unit length is equal to V AB by L, the length of the potentiometer wire. That is 8 by 5 by 0.2. So etu ami 8 by 5 into 0.2 boli pao. So 5 into 0.2 etu amar 8 ahi jabo. Okay, so this is the length of the potentiometer amar so this is the voltage drop per unit length. Okay, so now in order to balance a voltage of balancing length of for 1.08 volt, balancing length ahibo balancing length for 1.08 volt is equal to, suppose L1 boli kau, this L1 is equal to jetu amar 1.08 volt ase divided by 8. Okay, so this is equal to 0.135 meter or 135 centimeter is the balancing length. Okay, so this is the final answer to question number 2C, second option. Now we move on to question number 2D, first option. The question is compare the amount of heat developed in three similar wires having lengths in the ratio 1:5:8 and radii 1:2:3 when joined in parallel. Okay, so yat ami general jitu amar heat produce kore to he heat produced or ami general expression do agare sai no hol. So general expression enuka hai H equal to I square RT boli ami janu hol, I square RT joules heating effect. तो यात आमी जितु टाइम আছে per unit time যদি নো তেতিয়ালে এটো আমাৰ power consumption হয়. Okay, তো মই এটা ভেৰিয়েবল এট কমাই লব পাৰো, মই এটা কাম কৰো, মই এনেকে লও যে the expression for heat produced per unit time হল per unit time বুলি কলে টিটো নথাকিব. Alright, H square I square R মানে এটো আমি অলরেডি টি লৈ ডিভাইড কৰি দিছো, তো হেকানে এতিয়া I square R বুলি আমি ইয়াত লৈ লাভ নহব because since all the wires are joined in parallel, that is the same current does not flow through them. Current or value to beleg beleg hobo protect all wire, kintu since they are joined in parallel the voltage across them will be common. So ami hetu karone yak okoman modify koru, I square R opra V square by R format loi jao hol. To ami H equal to V square by R boli lom. এতিয়া কথাটো হল যে আমাক ওয়্যাৰ গিটাৰ লেন্থ আৰু ৰেডিয়াস দিয়া আছে, তো আমি লেন্থ আৰু ৰেডিয়াস গিটা কি ধৰণে ইনক্লুড কৰিম ইন দিস এক্সপ্ৰেছন, তাৰ কাৰণে আমাক এই যেটো ৰেজিস্ট্যান্স আছে ৰেজিস্ট্যান্সটোক মই এক্সপ্ৰেছ কৰিব লাগিব এজ rho L by A. Okay, so এইটো ফৰ্মত যেতিয়া আহিলে this A is the cross sectional area. All cross sectional area since radius দিয়া আছে, the cross sectional area will be equal to L by pi R square. All or আমি H to এনেকে লিখিব পাৰো, this heat produced per unit time is equal to V square pi R square by rho L. Okay, so now in this expression we have 2 or 3 quantities will be fixed for all the 3 wires, voltage across the wires, the resistivity of the wires in similar boli kase ihar resistivity same thakibo boli assume korisu and pi is a universal constant. So ei tinta quantity amar fixed thakibo, change hobo R aru L. Okay, so now ami tindal wire jeto resistance change hobo hetu karone ami ne koru, suppose the heat produced in the 3 wires are in a ratio H1 to H2 to H3 kiman hobo, this is V square pi R1 square by rho L1 V square pi R2 square by rho L2 and V square pi R3 square by rho L3 jikita common quantities ase jikita cancel out hoy jabo then we are left with r square by L1 sorry r1 square by L1 r2 square by L2 and r3 square by L3 okay so etia ami value kita substitute kori dibo paru we already have the values of r1 r2 and r3 and L1 L2 L3 so values buli na ratio ase ami he ratio hisabe jodi bhai diu we will get r1 er jagat mo 1 dilu 1 square by 1 etu jagat ahile 2 square by 5 and r3 is etu yar jagat 3 square by 8 buli dilu hol so ami enekwa eta ratio pam 1:2 square is 4 by 5 is to 9 by 8 hol so etu ratio amar heat produce hobo in the three wires hol to h1 is to h2 is to h3 is equal to iman to hol so iman khina ami hibo paro otherwise if you wish then you may convert them into integers okay so hetu koribo pare otherwise nokoilo ami iman kintu jodi eitu eta hol answer to correct ase okay so now we move on to the next question is question number 2 the second option to hol in the circuit given below find the potential difference between A and B so a circuit to A and B points kita eta A2 point aru eta A2 point hol ei dutar major amar 12 volt cell eta ase that cell has an internal resistance of 0.2 volt then there is a 6 volt cell and it has an internal resistance of 0.1 volt okay so ami agate current uliabo libo current ulialobne the potential drop across this 0.2 ohm resistance kiman hetu uliabo libo that is the potential drop across the 12 volt cell okay so ami hetu koribole prothomote given quantities ki ase diagram tote ase gute khini ji dia ase ami eneka start koru starting from solution r1 equal to 0.2 ohm moi a cell to moi 1 boli denote korisu a cell to moi 2 boli denote kori asu okay so then we have r1 equal to 0.2 ohm r1 equal to r2 equal to 0.1 ohm hol and correspondingly e1 is equal to 12 volt and e2 is equal to 6 volt done then the external resistance r is equal to 3.7 volt now we need to first calculate the total resistance hol the total resistance to kiman ahibo total resistance is r subscript dot boli so hol r total this is equal to r1 plus r2 plus capital R hol that is 0.1 plus 0.2 plus 3.7 that gives us 4 ohm hol 4 ohm is the total resistance in the circuit aru total EMF kiman ase total EMF sound since there are more than one sources then we have to calculate the total EMF to uliabole ami yar eta bostu dekhisu je there are two cells duta cell eneke hoy ase eta cell efale face kori ase aru eta cell ifale face kori ase hol aru baki yara eneke connected ase abaru so in this case moi jodi if I move from A hol to A pora moi jodi eneke jaun tetia hale second cell jonto ase second cell to goisu I get the positive terminal and then the negative terminal hol negative to positive na positive to negative goisu in this case the EMF of this second cell will be considered negative I mean negative terminal pa positive terminal joa hale positive hol horen hol to ami eta total EMF to kiman paisu a to jodi 12 ase a to amar -6 hoy jabo total sum to ami sale 6 pai asu so simply total EMF is 12 minus 6 this is equal to 6 volt hol so what is the current is equal to the total EMF which is 6 volt by the total resistance which is 4 ohm hol this gives us 3/2 ampere that is the current hol to ami yat jitu current flow hoy ase ei current to value to paisu this is the current flowing in this circuit hol to as this current I flows through the 0.2 ohm resistance ami potential drop to kiman pam hol so now the voltage between A and B the voltage between the terminals A and B is equal to EMF minus the potential drop across the internal resistance okay so internal resistance the potential drop across internal resistance is IR1 so E1 is equal to 12 volt hol video nilikhu etia and then we have minus 3 by 2 into 0.2. okay, so this gives us 12 minus 0.3, that is 11.7 volt. That is the voltage drop between the terminals A and B. okay, so edu amar final answer 11.7 volt. okay, so this is the answer to question number 2D. Then we move to question number 2E. question number 2E edu already amar belek question paper ahise ba ami already solve kori thoi aisu. So you please refer to question number 2E second option in the 2018 question paper. All 2018 of ako question to ami pau tat 2E second option ase, that is this question. All that Kirchhoff's law state and explain to ase. okay, so now we move on to the next question, question number 2E second option. all তো প্রত্যেকবার মই লাস্ট ভিডিওটো কৈছিলো যে প্ৰত্যেকটো কোৱেশ্চন পেপাৰ এনেকুৱা কিবা এটা কোৱেশ্চন থাকে যেটো ডাইৰেক্টলি মুখস্থ কৰি লিখি দিব নোৱাৰি, অকমান চিন্তা কৰিবলগীয়া হৈ যায়। হল তো কাৰ্চফছ কাৰেন্ট ল হওক ভোল্টেজ ল হওক সেইকেইটা আমি লুপত দেখি আছো, লুপত আমি এৰেঞ্জ কৰি আমি যিমানখিনি সলভ কৰি আছো এতিয়ালৈকে ক্লোজ লুপত কৰি আছো। সো যেতিয়া ওপেন দি দিয়ে, ওপেন দি দিলে সেইটো অকমান চিন্তা কৰিবলগীয়া, কিছুমান হয়তো চিন্তা কৰিবলগীয়া হৈ যাব পাৰে, কিন্তু ইয়াত চিন্তা কৰিবলগীয়া একো নাই। দ্য সেম ৰুলছ আৰ ইকুৱেলি ভেলিড হিয়াৰ। হল তো আমি ইয়াত সলভ কৰিবলৈ ইয়াত টেকনিকটো কি হয়, আমি এই গোটেই সাৰ্কিট যোনটো আছে এই গোটেই সাৰ্কিটত এটা কমন পইণ্ট এটা ল'ব লাগিব, এই কমন পটেনশিয়েল এটা আমি তাত ল'ব লাগিব। হল সাপোজ এই তিনিটা সাইডৰ পৰা আহি পিনে যে জইন হৈছে এই মাজৰ পইণ্টটো, ঠিক আছে, এইটো পইণ্টৰ মোৰ পটেনশিয়েলটো আই এজিউম ইট ইজ ভি। হল সো নাও কাৰেণ্টৰ ডাইৰেকশ্যন কেইটা মই লৈ লওঁ। সাপোজ এইটো 15 ভোল্ট আছে, এইফালে 10 ভোল্টৰ পৰা এইফালে এনেকৈ গ'ল কাৰেণ্টটো, ইয়াৰ পৰা এইফালে গ'ল আৰু এইফালে গ'ল বুলি এজিউম কৰিছোঁ। হ'ল ক'ৰবাত কাৰেণ্টৰ ভেলুটো নেগেটিভ আহিব পাৰে, পজিটিভ আহিব পাৰে, সেইটো পিছত দেখা যাব। বাট আই এম এজিউমিং দেট দেৰ ইজ এ কাৰেণ্ট ফ্ল'য়িং ফ্ৰম দিছ প্লাছ 10 ভোল্ট চ'ৰ্চ থ্ৰু 10 ওহম ৰেজিষ্টেঞ্চ, তাৰপিছত ইয়াৰ পৰা স্প্লিট হৈ গ'ল, ওৱান পাৰ্ট ফ্ল'জ টুৱাৰ্ডছ দ্য 6 ভোল্ট source and one part flows towards the 15 volt resistance, source. okay, so now আমি next কামটো কি কৰিম, solution এই ইয়াত আমি সাপোজ ভোল্টেজটো লৈ আছো v বুলি। okay, so from Kirchhoff's current law, from Kirchhoff's current law মানে যেটো আমাৰ জাংশন রুল আছে, জাংশন রুলটোৰ পৰা আমি কি পাওঁ যে সাপোজ এই কারেন্ট কিটা আছে, মই কারেন্টটাক লেবেলিং কৰিলো, দিস ইজ I1, দিস ইজ I2 এন্ড দিস ইজ I3, এই ফলৰ কারেন্টটো। okay, then from Kirchhoff's current law I have I1 equal to I2 plus I3, হল the total incoming current should be equal to the total outgoing current, ঠিক আছে। so now this I1, I2 and I3 can be written as I1 to কিমান হ'ব, this is the current through the 10 ohm resistance, 10 ohm resistance to মাজদি আমাৰ এটো পইণ্টত V আছিল, so 10 minus V is the potential difference across this 10 ohm resistance, হল তো potential difference divided by the resistance that is 10 ohm, that is equal to I1, হল I2 to কিমান হ'ব, similarly আমি I2 to যদি চাওঁ তেতিয়া হলে I2 to আহিব V minus 6, okay, V minus 6 divided by the resistance that is 20, হল plus এইফালে এই থার্ড সাইডে যে আছে রেজিস্ট্যান্স ইজ 30 ওহম আৰু পটেনশিয়াল ডিফারেন্স কি হ'ব V minus 15 is the potential difference divided by the resistance which is 30, okay। so এতিয়া next কামটো হল আমাক V টো উলিয়াব লাগে, হল we need to find the value of V, so we proceed normally as যেনেকৈ আমি কৰি যাওঁ। right, so আমি যেটো ভোল্টেজ পালো এই V পইণ্টত, this V is equal to 108 by 11 volt, okay। so now we just use this value to calculate the current across the 10 ohm resistance। তো হেতু কৰিবলৈ আমি simply কি কৰিম, I1 is equal to V by R, তো V নাহিব আমাৰ 10 minus V আহিব divided by 10, okay। so this is 10 minus 108 by 11 divided by 10, এটো ক্যালকুলেশন কৰি গলে হৈ যাব। right, so I1 will be equal to 1 by 55 ampere, this is the answer hol so the current through this 10 ohm resistance if the current flow is this I1 this is equal to 1/55 ampere etu amak khudisile so we have calculated the final answer complete imanote amar complete so amar 2016 or question paper khon jibur current electricity question aisile imane asile question bur iman tan nohoy simple questions hai alop mane sinta korile bostu khini ulai most of the questions are their answers direct question amar ki textbook or answers ku directly asei kisuman alop numericals khini alop sinta koribo logia hoy gese so hetu dang otha nohoy hetu through practice amar ei problem bur solve hoy jay problem nohoy actually hetu practice or hai okay so if you are benefited from these videos then please like and share our videos and subscribe to our channel and if you wish to contact us personally tetiahole amar WhatsApp number eta channel or description or dia ase tatu contact kobo pare otherwise we also have a Facebook page you may also contact us through the Facebook page okay ajile imane thank you